Today is a very big day for PlayStation news because late last night, Sony did a special press conference at CES, which is the Consumer Electronics Showcase. This is basically where companies that make technology come out and show the future of what they're working on. Now, most of the time, CES is stuff like new digital AI stuff or new TVs, but for the last couple years, PlayStation has been showing up and talking about what they're working on, and last night they really did say some very, very big stuff about Sony and what they're doing with the PS5 this year. So I want to talk about it because some of this stuff is great. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, first and foremost, they announced at the very start of the press conference that basically the PlayStation 5 shortages have been fixed. One of the constant major complaints we hear about the PS5 is the fact that you just can't find one. This console is still so exceedingly rare that you can't just walk into a store with $500 in your pocket and walk out with a system. Well, apparently Sony has figured this out. They've built enough factories, they've secured enough chips, they've made enough deals to make sure they have the supplies for it. They have said that going forward, they are going to be buyable pretty much all over the place. They also confirmed that they've already sold 30 million consoles. This is a very, very big number. I kind of assumed that the PlayStation 5 was moving a decent amount of numbers, but 30 million is just so absurdly high. I mean, this shows the fact that Sony is already figuring this out. They broke it down month by month, and they basically said that the system is just selling faster and faster and faster. As soon as they create a console, it instantaneously sells. But other than this, they also talked a lot about the interestingness, which is the fact that they're really trying to focus on PlayStation VR. They showed a bunch of stuff about PSVR 2. They said that it's going to have 30 games during the launch window. So within the first 6 months, we're going to have 30 different games for the PSVR 2, including stuff like Gran Turismo 7 getting a free update. Beat Saber is coming to the console. All good stuff. But here's one of the things that kind of struck my eye. I'll be honest, I'm never going to buy or use this, but apparently they're working on a high customization accessibility controller. I mean, this thing looks so bizarre, but I mean, that's kind of the point of it, is the fact that you can fully customize it. Now, even if you're not somebody that's going to buy an accessibility controller, I think it's very cool that Sony is spending the millions of dollars to figure out how to make it where anybody can play their games. Seriously, I actually have not liked this tweet. We're going to like it right now. Oh, I did like it. Good. See, my thing is, right now, straight up, make it so that everybody can play PlayStation games. I think everybody on the planet should play Ghost of Tsushima. Now, after this, they really started to talk about how much they're really trying to churn out big games in 2023, which to me is obviously what gets me the most hyped. I think gaming news is fun, but I'm always just ready for that next crazy exclusive. Now, especially, it is bonkers that we're getting Spider-Man 2 and Final Fantasy 16 both as exclusives this year. Now, obviously, this is a third-party game, or I guess it's really weird that Square Enix is only making PC and PlayStation 5 games now. I still wish that someday, I hope they leak the contracts to see how much it is that Sony is paying them for these deals, because God, they gotta be lucrative. So along with Final Fantasy 16 and Spider-Man 2, it really seems like they're gearing up for the future of PlayStation being bright. But randomly, they also, just today, they talked about the fact that Bungie is working on a series of big, seemingly exclusive projects. Sony is straight up saying that they're working on Destiny 2 still, of course, which is cross-generation. It's on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, PC, everything. But they're also working on a number of unannounced projects, which is very, very cool. They have said that since they got bought in 2021, they are trying to come together with one completely new game from a new universe before the end of 2025. I think this is a very big signal about the fact that Sony is focusing on the future of PlayStation, of getting more exclusives, more studios, more projects, new fresh blood to make sure that they are as exciting as they've always been. I mean, when I see stuff like this, it really kind of shows the fact that they're trying to figure out how to make the biggest and best games, but also big TV shows. I guess this is one thing they talked about at CES that I'm a bit still mixed on. They're trying to make movies out of Gran Turismo. They also showed a Gran Turismo movie trailer last night, which I will admit looked great. They're making movies of Ghost of Tsushima, Jak and Daxter, Days Gone, Gravity Rush. So stuff like this, I guess, feels weird because, like, it's weird that Days Gone came out, it sold like 1 billion copies, and then they said, we're not going to make a Days Gone 2, but we're going to make a Days Gone TV show. Stuff like that is a bit weird. The HBO Last of Us show is about to come out. I'm extremely excited about that, but I don't know. Twisted Metal, God of War as a TV show kind of seems a bit odd. This is just, to me, not what gets me excited about PlayStation. I love the games. I'm here for the exclusives. I'm here for the big RPGs and, honestly, Spider-Man stuff. Oh yeah, and Hogwarts is coming out here in like 4 or 5 weeks. I guess when I watched CES, it was kind of interesting to just see PlayStation talking about PlayStation. It feels like a lot of their timeline and stuff they're trying to set up is very, very advanced, like PlayStation VR 2. I didn't manage to get a pre-order for this, but people who have been playing it have said it seems like incredibly impressive technology. But I guess last night was also kind of interesting to just see Sony in their element. Last night, Jim Ryan came out on stage to talk about all these different exclusives and stuff, and I'll be honest, it's been a while since we just saw Jim Ryan, the head of PlayStation, come out and talk about games. It was nice to see what felt like more of classic Sony. It does feel like they are as excited about the future as we are. I still want the rumored PlayStation Showcase to be a thing. There's been a lot of rumblings that we could get a state of play here in the next couple weeks, and I hope it's true just because, honestly, I want more gameplay. As it currently stands, we have like 35 seconds of Spider-Man 2 gameplay. If that's actually coming out, I would love more gameplay of that. If Wolverine is probably coming out in a couple years, but it'd be nice to see more than like a logo and 5 seconds of cutscene. The future of PlayStation is seeming so freaking bright. But what do you think about all this? Are you excited about the PlayStation 5? Are you going to finally get a PlayStation 5? Or are you a bit mixed? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please keep dreaming. I have a bunch of games I'm currently working on for review, by the way. I'm not sure I'm even allowed to say the name of them, but pretty much every big game coming to PlayStation 5, I have it. And I have a lot to say here for the next couple of weeks. So I love you guys. It is, I love my job. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.